guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, beautiful people. How's everyone doing? I sound a bit husky because my voice has been through a lot of talking, too much talking. How many of you were with me on Pastor Shala's platform? I was just a guest there, literally about an hour ago. So I'm a bit tired from talking. So I have a guest who is going to help me with presenting. This is going to be so interesting. This is Cynthia, baby. Hello, Cynthia. How are you?
I'm good, and to be you.
Welcome. I'm so lucky today that you are available.
I know, and I did all my chores, all my house duties
And you
yesterday.
still
I'm
look good.
prepared.
You
Huh?
still look good. You still looking
Yes,
pendy.
yes. I said I can let Auntie B come and show me up. Let me do it for the young
This is how
girls.
we do.
Huh? Let me do it for the young girls.
This is how we do. This is how we do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Do you know I
Yeah,
can't
it's
see
good
anything?
because you've been scarce, so it's good that you're co-presenting with me today. Because I can't talk much. My throat hurts. I need to be drinking a lot of warm water.
My work has been finishing me.
Hey, yeah.
Apologies. I've missed you
Yeah.
guys. I've missed you
Oh,
guys.
we missed you too. We missed you. Welcome. So tonight, welcome over the fam. Please give us a thumbs up as you're coming in. Yeah. How many of you caught the show that I did? I did a show just about an hour ago in on Pastor Shala's. It was so funny. I was just Pastor Shala is so funny. It was cracking me up. I laughed and laughed and laughed. It was really really funny. It was nice. It was nice. It's good to be a guest sometimes. Is it here? Can you bring it? Yeah, bring it here and bring me a plate, please. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Happy Monday. Today is the 17th of March. Is it March? What am I saying? April.
April.
Ah,
April.
April. Why am I saying March? Am I going backwards? This plate is too big today now. Not that much. Just a little plate is fine. Yeah? Thank you, baby. 17th of April, my people. Sorry about that. And I think this story of Hakim, is it Hakimi? We've not done justice to it. So I decided that we're going to talk about it because it's been generating a lot of conversation, as you guys know, on social media. And very, very interesting conversation as at that. Really, really interesting. So tonight we are going to talk about it from two perspectives. Incidentally, which is something I really like, is that is men,
Of
two
course.
men, and their take on this matter is really, really interesting. So, you know how I always say to you guys that there are good Nigerian men and there are Mongo Parks, just as there are good women and there are Mongo Park women. So, this Sakini matter, first of all, let me just start by saying that I'm still trying to understand why the thing is so popular on Nigerian social media. Because I don't understand. It's not like people that have been, all these people that are running around making commentaries, making videos, and shouting about, hiding assets. It's not like most of them they don't even have any assets to hide. They don't even have any assets to hide. And in dynamics, another thing which makes it also very confusing is the fact that the dynamics of marriage in Nigeria and where this guy is, I don't know where he lives, maybe France. I understand he plays for a team in France, and the wife is Spanish. Marriages in Europe and in Africa are nowhere near similar. And so I don't understand why Nigerians are celebrating.
They should have left the group chat.
Eh?
They entered the group chat that wasn't for them.
This chat is not even for Nigerian, especially Nigerians who live in Nigeria. If you're talking about Nigerians who live abroad, okay, I will still say okay, yeah. But Nigerians who live in Nigeria, I'm like, what are you on about? So it occurred to me this evening that the richest men in Nigeria, yeah, I think three of them are divorced, right? So you have Dangote, who is the richest black man or the richest African. I don't know which one he is now. And then you've got, let me be checking the comments in case Then you've got Otedola, which is one of the richest billionaires in Nigeria. And you also have which other one that is divorced or allegedly has married repeatedly. I don't know if he's still married now, but there's another one. I think is Adenuga. And you know the funny thing about this, Cynthia, these are the people that have the kind of money that
They should be
Hakimi
talking.
that we're talking about. But we
Mhm.
never heard anything about their divorces.
Is
Nothing was
Otedola
heard.
divorced? Is he
Eh?
divorced? Is he
Who?
Otedola divorced?
I didn't know until recently that he is divorced from that his
Oh,
Ghanaian
really?
wife.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Apparently he is.
Oh,
Somebody
wow.
who knows him confirmed it. Yeah, I didn't know because they still have a very close, relationship. So the people that have money, they divorce quietly and enter house. You that you don't have money, why are you jumping up and down making commentary about people that are, it's like I don't understand. I don't like to, I don't like poverty shaming, but when
Shame
poor people
them.
start making commentary about rich people's problem, it makes you wonder, okay, why?
Face your own problems.
Face the
Face
one that
your
is
own
facing you.
problems.
Face the problem that is facing. Oh my god. Anyway, two people I want to read their comments. Okay, and I'm sure I got new glasses. Hey, it looks like this glasses is too big. Oh. They told me that to adjust it. I said no. It looks bogus. Um, yeah, no. Dio, my head of Todola is divorced. That's what I heard, allegedly. He's not married, but they are still very, very close. Yeah, someone that knows the family told me that. But a lot of people on social media don't know.
But some people, somebody said that in your comments in one of our lives before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Remember?
yeah. It's not
Yeah.
very common. It's not very common because he's still very close to his, I think, the Ghanaian wife. Okay, so the people that we want to talk about tonight who were making comments are two people. These are the guys. One of them, a lot of you will know him already. His name is Reno. Reno Mockery. He's I don't even know. I think is he in the UK? Where is Reno, guys? Does he live in the UK? I know he lives abroad. I'm not sure where he lives. I try to avoid talking about this guy for a reason, right? This other guy is called Charles. I don't know him before. Only someone shared what he said about this whole discussion around Hakimi. And I thought, you know what? We should talk about this. This guy made a lot of sense. I agree with him. So that's why I found him out. And he was trending, apparently. He was trending on social media as well. So we're going to read what both of them said. I'm going to start with what Reno said.
Someone said
Reno,
Reno and misogyny at 5 and 6.
yes, Reno is a character.
I
I
don't know.
try to
I don't know
avoid
these
talking
people.
about him
Oh, okay. I don't know
because
that.
I think when people are looking for fame
Mm,
and they always just always
seek
make
out
outrageous
noise.
statements, always trying to play the devil's advocate to get popular,
Mm,
some
mm.
kind of popularity, Anyway, let's start with what Reno said on this matter because, like I said, a lot of people have been making comments, both single and married people, both married and divorced. Nigerians they are really, this topic is important for some reason. So this is what Reno Omakri said. He said he put the picture of Diana, Princess Diana, with Prince Harry, eh, on her neck, on her shoulder. And he said there's a difference between controlling someone and protecting them. Those who say Hakimi's mother controls him may not see this picture. Uh, would you not rather be controlled and be financially solvent than being left alone and made broke by divorce? If Princess Diana was alive to control Prince Harry, listen to this. He said, if Princess Diana was alive to control Prince Harry. Mistake number one, because Igbo, they don't even control their children. Anyway, talk of adult children. Harry is not a baby. And then he went ahead to say that Prince Harry, do you think that he would have ended up with Meghan Markle as Meghan Markle's houseboy? Do you think if his mother was alive, he's making a case now, that do you think Prince Harry would have ended up as Meghan Markle's houseboy? Hmm? I beg, leave Akini's mother alone. We all should have such a mother. She's a hero. Okay? Then he went on to say, when you have a mother like Hakimi's mother, and you will never have to bother. Hopefully, young men who disrespect their mothers because of their wives can learn a thing or two from Hakimi. Nobody can love you like God, but after God, nobody can love you like your mother.
That's true.
Mhm. With that possible, but not regularly, exception of your father. Hakimi makes us appreciate the lyrics of Prince Nico's Mbagana Sweet Mother. You begin to understand why there are motherless babies home, but no fatherless babies home. Your mother may not take a B for you, that's a B that deletes people, but she will most likely take it for her child. So the reason why for this man, I know a lot of people don't take him seriously, but the thing is that because he has a large followership and he has a lot of people that listen to him, making statement like this, you see how he said that Prince Harry is Meghan's houseboy. I say it on this platform all the time. Black people, I never see race like our own before. Honestly, our race, may God help us. If it was a white person, like we was making comments about how, what's the name of that British, the one that was sacked from Channel 4? Or is it Channel 4 or the white guy that
Gary
was making
Lineker?
comments about Megan. He was always talking about
Or
Megan
Piers
online.
Morgan? Piers
Piers
Morgan.
Morgan, yeah. It was Piers Morgan that said something like this. We're gonna be shouting racism, racism, racism.
But Auntie
Yeah,
B, can I ask something before like you've already started? I don't know
go
the
ahead.
story 100. I don't know the story 100%. But can we? What exactly are people upset about? Let's just identify what are people really upset about? Are they what are they upset about? Because I have my, I said let's wear red. You're wearing pink. I'm wearing blue, and we have our reasons, right? So before I delve in, I need to understand what are people really triggered about in the whole settlement? What's the issue?
So a lot of men and
Mm,
women, not only men, a
mm,
lot of people generally are triggered with the fact that she asked for half.
mm-hmm,
Apparently, she allegedly asked for half of his fortune,
mm-hmm.
and he had hidden everything in his mother's name
Okay.
because they got together when he was a boy. He's still a boy as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm,
And that's why I put in my title that marriage is not for boys,
mm-hmm,
it's for men.
mm-hmm,
Right? As far as I'm concerned, he had no business getting married at that
mm-hmm.
age. And again, a lot of women are age shaming the wife.
How old
That
is the wife?
yes, that she's 12 years older. How can you
Oh,
marry
really?
somebody? Oh yeah. A lot of Nigerian women are age shaming her. That why are you marrying somebody that you are 12 years older than? She's young enough to be this, is this, you are too old. What do you expect her to do? What do you expect him to do is a boy. But you know
Mm-hmm.
something? One of my sons said something yesterday that made perfect sense to me. You know all this noise that we're making on social media, people running around making stories and commenting. I saw Chinedu. Is his name Chinedu? That one that they said his wife cheated on and gave him did DNA fraud, paternity fraud. Is his name Chinedu? The one that's always doing podcasts.
There's the small guy, the
Smallish,
short one. Okay,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
very
The Igbo
skinnish.
guy.
Yeah. He was, if you see him today, I saw a video, he was talking. Nedu, his name is Nedu. I saw a video today where he was, you see the way he was analyzing it, he was in his elements. He was this, he was that, he was this. But yesterday we were having this conversation on Man of President. I was like, how many people have the money that Hakini has? All of you are making so much noise. So someone like Nedu now making a commentary about that, you can tell that it's coming from a place of brokenness. He's hurt because
Really?
his wife, yeah, the wife did apparently allegedly did paternity fraud. He found out that the son was not his.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I
So
read that story.
the marriage ended and it didn't end well. They were
Mhm,
dragging each other on social media and all that.
mhm. But in
So
regards to
someone,
this, yeah, in regards to this story,
yes.
yeah, the
So
length,
he,
what's the longevity of the marriage? Like, how long was the marriage?
the you mean
The
Hakimi
Hakimi,
and
Hakimi and the lady.
I
Yeah.
think they said they were married for 4 years or so.
Okay. Okay. I'm coming to that. So I'm keeping this information. I'll come with
Right.
my points.
Okay. So let me quickly read what Charles said.
Mm.
Right. Let me read what Charles said because Charles, I don't know this guy, but he said something that is interesting. His name is Charles Awuzie, and he said, "My thoughts on the Hakimi Akraf Hakimi." He said, "Akraf is trendy for hiding his money under his mother's name to frustrate his wife's effort to claim 50% of their assets. Here are the facts. Hiba, yeah, that's the name of the wife. Hiba Abok. The
Mhm.
wife of Hakini is a professional Spanish actress. She's not broke and definitely not a gold digger, as many of you claim. She has her own money, hence she never cared about craft, sending all his money to his mother while she uses hers to run the home. In fact, in 2020, Sportsmob called Hiba one of the richest Spanish actresses. Okay, these are facts. Number two, Hiba is one of the most intelligent actresses in Spain. She speaks Spanish, Arabic, French, English, and Italian fluently. How many international languages do you speak? Rhetoric? How many international languages do you speak, Cynthia?
I speak one.
Only one. Most of us, only one. Okay. Right. Let me continue reading. And then he went on to say, Hiba is older than her husband by 12 years. Yes, 12 good years. So she contributed in the background to his rise. Hakini was only 19 when they met. Hiba is 36 years old now, while Akraf is 24 years old. Akraf is a 24-year-old's mommy's boy. No real man should take mommy's boy. No real man should take lessons from such a young mommy's boy. And I do agree with that. He had no business getting married, to be honest. It's like, my teenage boys or my young adult boys saying they want to get married. You know. Number four, he said, Akene is not my hero. He's not the kind of man I will allow my daughter to marry. I see Reno. He's referring to the first guy that I read about now. He said, I see Reno has made him a hero, declaring him as wise and Solomon. He's wise as Solomon because he gave all his
Shoo.
money to his mother and not his wife. Let me tell you something about Reno. His marriage with his first wife failed for a reason. He is currently married to an Ethiopian wife, and believe me, he won't try that what he did to his Nigerian wife with his Ethiopian wife. 100%. Nigerian women are the most abused wife in the world. Trust me. That's why when our brothers take them overseas and their eyes open, they rebel. I'll talk about some, I'll talk about this some other time, but let me warn you about motivational speakers like Reno. When you buy their ideology, ask questions about their marriage. If they were so wise, they have all this wisdom,
Why are they not
how come they
married?
didn't save their home?
Mm-hmm.
Any man who gives all his money to his mother and hide it from the wife is not man enough and definitely not smart. Did you follow Bill Gates' divorce? That's a smart divorce. They settled everything amicably and only went to the court to sign the official paperwork.
Yeah, but Auntie B, the marriage of Bill Gates and this lady is not the same. A 3 year marriage isn't. It shouldn't. Personally, for me, I don't subscribe to the notion of women that enter a marriage with a man that's already fully established. You stay in a marriage for 3 years and you divorce him and you think you can walk away with half. Absolutely not. If he was my
Okay.
son, I'd support him to do the same thing. Why?
Right.
He had that wealth before she came into the picture. She has her
So
own wealth.
hold on. Let me
So,
finish reading,
yeah, go
Cynthia.
on.
Let me finish reading. Let me finish reading what Charles said. Right. And we can argue about what you are saying now. Right. Because as a woman, you know that no woman goes into a marriage and they are planning to marry. There's something that happened which nobody's talking about now. Why is she divorcing him? Nobody's talking about it now. We're only talking about she asking for half. And again, another thing you have to bear in mind is that asking doesn't mean that you are going to get it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't follow. It doesn't follow. Okay. So there is a grape case against Hakini right now, and grape is a serious crime. Mhm. Do you know what else? You know, do you know what else the wife knows? We all recently condemned Delilah Lama for asking a boy, to lick his tongue. Why are you now making a hero out of a 24-year-old mommy's boy whose grape case is now before a court? And then he said, in conclusion, only a boy will give his money to his mother in order to hide it from his wife. And this also exposes the maturity of Reno. Stop taking relationship advice from boys. Hakini and the likes of Reno are men who give their mother money to hide from their wives. For me, I raise men who are real men. We don't give our mother money to keep away from our wives. We keep our spouses rights. We give our spouses right to our wealth, and if they ask for divorce, we give them reasonable portion. I like that. Reasonable portion of the wealth we build together. Say goodbye and continue to be friends for the sake of the kids. That's how real men roll. My name is Chas Awuzie, and Akraf Hekini is not my hero. So yeah, those are the two men, and that's the conversation we're having. So my standpoint, Stephanie said he cheated. That's why she's filing for divorce. Apparently, he cheated with somebody in his house, according to what I read. My standpoint, these men are making arguments here and there, is that I don't think I think he's a boy, and boys are not supposed to marry. Marriage is for men, not for boys. I don't know how you see it, Cynthia.
Mm-hmm. I think the fact that he got married, he entered into an adult contract, right, to be married. But my thing is, I don't see anything wrong with the fact that I read that he had his money. The money was already his assets and everything had already long been established that his mum is the one that is in charge of his assets from
Yeah,
before he even got married. So let's
yeah.
say, like, I have a cousin who, from young, she's always put my little nephew into football from like
Because it was
from three
it
years
was
old.
a kid.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So as he's grown, he's always kept it and everything under his mum's name. I don't see that as a bad thing. That's not a bad
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I feel like when he got married with his wife, considering she's 12 years older than him, she's clearly more mature than him. They would have sat down and discussed, okay, any prenup, I don't know what they would have decided, but normally with that type of wealth, it's sensible, it's logical for you to
mm,
sign a prenup, right? So
yes,
even if he was to cheat or anybody was to step out of the marriage within a certain amount of time, there's a certain amount of money that you leave with. So personally, for me, I don't see anything wrong with that. People are saying he's a mummy's boy. I think it's the way that the story is being narrated. But if you look
yeah.
at it in a way in terms of business sense, in terms of who should have access to your assets in case of anything that happens, probably he already had his assets and everything signed over to his mom for many years before. It's for his wife when they got married to decide, okay, is this how he's gonna stay? Is this still gonna be under your mom's name? And I believe they would have had that conversation because I don't think it's her going into a marriage with a footballer. She's going in there naively, like, oh, she doesn't know
I
what's
don't think they
happening.
had that conversation. I'm
You
suspecting
know?
they didn't have that conversation because I don't think they were planning to get divorced. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
at least
Mm-hmm.
not so quickly. All right.
But they don't need to get divorced. Is
Yeah,
it because he cheated? Does she need to
but
divorce him and leave
yeah,
with
but
half of his
I
money?
also think that, my son said something yesterday. Say, "Mom, you Nigerians are and people are just going on social media and turning this thing upside down."
Mm-hmm.
That even Hakini, it's not like he hid money from his wife deliberately. It may not be that, or let me put it that way, that it may not be
Mm-hmm.
deliberate that he
Mm-hmm.
hid money from his wife. It's
Mm-hmm.
just because he got money so early and because he was so
He's
young,
always had it with his mum.
the
It's
mom was
always been
handling
going.
it.
The
So
mum
it
is like the
wasn't even
beneficiary.
deliberate to hurt his wife.
Absolutely, which I believe is a natural thing. And 90, if my son was playing football and I've always been in charge of his career, even Britney Spears, at a certain point, her dad was still controlling her money as a grown ass woman that she was. So it's not an unusual thing. It's only people who don't have money, they don't have this type of access to these type of conversations. Most business people will sign over their assets to people that they put in trust. It's not going to be your wife, it's not going to be your husband, because when stuff like this happens, of course, now the love has lifted from your eyes. You want to go for half of money that you've never even helped him, a wealth that you've never helped him to build. 3 years of marriage, to me personally, you should walk away with whatever you guys built within that 3 years. He should continue to pay for his children until his children are of age. That's it. His financial obligations to his ex-wife cease the time that she's decided that she wants to divorce from him. A 3 year marriage cannot equate to the same level or the same payout that somebody like Dr. Dre's wife got, who was married to him for like 30 something years of their started with him from when he was hustling from the hustle. You came into a guy who's already established and you've only done 3 years in a marriage and you say you want to go to the court and ask for half of his wealth. I personally, I'm not going to support that. Just because we're women, we don't need to always support things that women do because it's against men. Sometimes look at it logically. If it was your child that you've invested your time in, you've dragged this boy up and down, you've taken him to sports football club, you've sat in the rain with him, gone for trials all over the country, and he's now established, he's built a wealth for himself, he's been married to somebody for 3 years. Does that person deserve to walk away with half of his wealth? No, I don't
People are
think
making
so.
it sound as if,
I don't think
Cynthia,
so.
people are making it sound as if even
I
what
don't
she
think so.
requested for, like, it's been given to her already.
No, I don't
Okay?
think. But even
So
for her
don't
to ask,
forget that.
why would she be asking for half and to be? If you're not a greedy person, if you know genuinely, I've only married this man for 3 years. Let's say they already had a prenup, and the prenup says if you left within under 5 years, normally these rich people, that's their marriage kind of contract that they have. Yeah, if you leave after 3 years, if you cheat, this is amount of money that you have. Let's say they have that prenup for conversation's sake, right? If you know already in a prenup you're going to leave with, I don't know, 2 million, why are you going to go to the court and say I want half of his money?
What would you do
For what
if you were
reason?
the wife? If you were
I mean,
Hakini's
I
wife and
personally, for me,
is
mhm.
facing grave allegation and apparently cheated allegedly in your house with someone else, what would you do?
So because he's got a great allegation that hasn't yet been concluded and he cheated on you, you deserve half of his money. How does that make sense?
I'm asking you, what would you do?
There's nothing that I can do. If I've already left him, I've already left him. I want him to be financially responsible for his children, to maintain a certain standard of lifestyle for his kids, so his kids will still continue to live the life they've always been accustomed to. Personally, for me, I'll walk away. She's already got her own money. I'll walk away with whatever I'm entitled to within those 3 years or up to the prenup. I wouldn't expect half of his money. That's just a greedy person. You don't have any, there's no reason for the person to even go to court and say, I want half of his wealth. Why? Because he's got a grape. Is it that she's compensating because he's raped somebody? Are you the one that he's raped? I don't understand.
So
I don't
all
understand.
this,
It's weird to me.
all the conversation around it now is all allegations. Because as far as I'm
Exactly.
concerned,
Exactly. It's not been proven.
no, nothing has been proven, and even Hakini himself has not come out to say, or the wife has come out to
And
say.
I heard that
Well,
she's supporting him. So
exactly.
so then
People are just, let's not even talk about these two people because they are not listening to us. They are not here. It's about attitude towards what is going on now. That's what's
mhm,
important. The
mhm.
way our own people are jumping on this now and running around and running running along with narrative, hiding money. let's forget about Hakimi for a minute
Okay,
and the wife.
hiding money, hiding money. You know me. I've said in the groups
In
before.
marriage,
I don't agree
do
with
you
that at
believe
all.
that? I mean, the conversation around hiding money and boys should not be getting married. I mean, I think if I was the mother, I'll probably not let him get married at that age because he was way too
Absolutely
young.
not. To a woman 12 years older than him, for what?
Yeah.
Is that not
So
weird?
that's the first thing the wife could have done. Hmm.
The mom, you mean?
I mean, the mom could have stopped him, if
Mm-hmm.
possible, from
Mm-hmm.
getting married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he got married. But the narrative in our community now is about that. The first show I did, I focused on the fact that people were saying that your wife is not your family. Your wife is not a member of your family.
Mm-hmm.
She will always be a stranger and hiding money from your wife with your mother. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking about kids, I'm talking about grown men.
Just grown men. Well, me,
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not on that. I can't talk. I'm not on that table. I don't date those type of mommy boy men. First of all, and I just always think that it's very weird if you're entering into a marriage with somebody, why are you marrying somebody that you don't have trust in? You share your bed with this person, you share your home with this person, you share your body with this person, but it's your money that you're hiding with your mom. There's something there's something weird there. I don't feel like those are people that genuinely care about each other. I feel like those are people that maybe just got married for the sake of getting married. There isn't a partnership there. There isn't a friendship there. There isn't trust there. Because if you're with your husband and you trust each other, you shouldn't be hiding. I don't understand why you'd be married and you're hiding money from your partner. If the person is bad with money, there's things that you can do. Then that one I can understand why you would say, you know what, I'm going to be in charge of the finances, maybe, for example. But if you're saying you're going into a marriage and husband is doing his own thing with his money, the wife is doing her own thing with her money, then why are you people together? I find that very weird behavior, and I hear that a lot. A lot of African couples do that. A lot of Nigerian couples do that. That everybody's hiding, embezzling their own money, but you live in the same house. I don't know. It's very weird.
Because I mean, how it relates to us as a community is about hiding money
Yeah.
from your wife and the aspect of it which I already treated. I don't want to go into that
Mhm.
because I think I did
Mhm.
justice to that in the first show, where people are saying that your wife is not a member of your family
Mm.
or hiding money. I mean, should be getting should they be getting married? Okay, the example that was given by Reno. Let's start with what Reno said about how if Prince Harry's mother was alive, we will not allow him to be Meghan Markle's houseboy now. Can you see the attitude behind that kind of statement?
Mhm.
Can you see deeply the mindset behind that kind of statement?
Mhm.
Why is he saying that Harry
Mhm.
is
I think that
Meghan's husband?
people say that because they feel when a woman comes into a marriage or even in a relationship, even if you're dating a guy, and you sort of have some kind of positive influence or any type of influence over the guy when you're dating, people will automatically say, "Oh my God, she's wearing the trousers." They love to use that saying, "Oh, she's wearing the trousers." Or your girlfriend or your wife is the one is the boss in the house. You know those undermining statements that other men who are insecure about their masculinity feel when they see two couples working together in partnership and being absolutely fine with the decisions that they make, which is best for their home. They will come down and say, "Oh, it's because the wife wears the trousers," which is not necessarily the case. So obviously, those types of people with their misogynistic, with their patriarchy type of mindsets and notions that they hold, they will never see that as a positive. They'll never see you as a positive influence in your husband's life, and they'll always want to nitpick and kind of tear apart the couples. So I feel like that's why people come at it from that standpoint, especially African people, African men. Auntie B, where have you gone? Hmm? Or the fam? Team blue or team pink?
I'm
Please
right here. You first
like
see
in the
me.
comments. Hmm? You frozen. You were frozen. Are you eating?
I am. I'm trying to mute myself and allow you to talk
I'm having
longer.
my cookie. I'm
Why are you
having my
talking short,
cookie.
short? Hmm?
Yeah, so I think that's why people do that. A lot of people are insecure and they like to poke their nose into other people's relationship when a couple are working well together and it's not in the toxic masculine type of way that they do things in their relationships. They'll always see it as a problem. So
So do you think what Hakimi did in terms
mhm.
of hiding money or saving his assets with his mother?
No, I don't think he
Or,
hid money. I think it was a good business plan. Me.
no, yeah. Would you recommend that and say this is the right thing that because now people are saying there is a role model. I heard that his Instagram or Twitter account blew up overnight, where everybody is saying that he's a mentor now.
I
Is
don't
this
think
the
he's a
way?
I don't think he's a mentor. I think people are just being they're getting too excited. I think what men should take away from it is make sure that when you're entering when you have that type of wealth, it's good to be able to look out for yourself. Don't make business moves when you're in love or under the guise of love. Be guided. Go and get proper wealth counseling or wealth what's that thing they do? They give you like how to uh look after your assets and things like that. Get the proper information. When you have that type of money, protect yourself.
Would you?
Because
How do you
personally
feel
for
about?
me,
Let me ask you, Cynthia. It seems like I'm
mhm,
interviewing you now, which was not the plan. This is not the plan. You're supposed to be co-hosting, but I feel
yeah,
like you. I don't know why you are making it a team. A team. What's it called?
team blue,
You,
team pink, team Hakimi, team
Cynthia, you're supposed to come here to
Reno.
host so I can rest. Now you've turned it to team pink. You turned it to team pink and blue now. Right. Let me ask you this before people are calling. We're going to be really
Mhm,
quick because
mhm,
I'm tired. Would you
mhm.
marry someone who wants you to sign a prenup?
Absolutely. If the person has money, because I'm not a greedy person, and to be, it's not in my DNA. It's not in my DNA. And I say
Mm.
that because I don't like things. If I've not worked for something, I cannot take that thing from somebody and enjoy it. That's just me as a person, me,
Yeah.
Cynthia Ojera. Other people, you can go in, your eyes will be big, something you've not worked for. You take a lot of pleasure in taking that from a man that has worked and invested long before you. To me, it doesn't sit right with me as a woman, just as a human being. Do you understand? Because if that was my son, and my son has amassed a certain amount of wealth before he met a woman, and he's only married the person for 2 years, 3 years, and then he has to divide all that money, all those assets with the woman, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. And I feel like if people are really genuinely honest and look at themselves and think, you know what, if I was in that situation and the shoe was on the other foot, would I really be sitting here saying, oh no, he should give the wife half or whatever? No,
So
I
what?
personally, I'm happy to sign a prenup because I don't go into a marriage looking to divorce one or looking to gain something that I haven't really worked for. That's just me
So what
personally.
about women? Even today I heard a story about a woman who bought a house, put her
Mm-hmm,
husband's name in it, paid all the
mm-hmm,
mortgage, and paid it to full term.
mm-hmm,
Because it's easy for us to get carried away because we are looking at this kind of money that Hakini has,
mm-hmm,
which
mm-hmm,
is not we don't have anyway.
mm-hmm,
So that's why
mm-hmm.
I say, you know what? Let's bring it down to our community.
Exactly.
So women also that have bought houses or own property, and when there is divorce, they are expected to today. A
Mm-hmm,
lady in Hackney told me the story of her best friend, and
mm-hmm,
they are Nigerians, they are Igbo people.
mm-hmm,
And she's bought this house and paid the mortgage single-handedly by herself.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
because they were divorcing, because they went to court, and that's why when people are talking about half, half, I'm laughing
Mm,
because asking for half doesn't mean you're going to get half. You go
absolutely. They
to
went to
court.
court, and what happened, Auntie B?
Exactly. You go to court and they will decide what they think is fair for you and the
Absolutely.
kids, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
why the money aspect half, half, half that people are running around with. I try not to dwell on that
Mhm.
too much.
But then also, Auntie B, let me add, in
No,
the
let me finish
UK,
this.
okay, sorry,
The
go
one
on.
I'm telling you, the one that is
Mhm,
relatable to us, is the one that
mhm.
he's done everything, paid the mortgage, and when they were divorcing, the courts are giving him half.
How long was their marriage?
They were married for about I don't know how many years, but a long time.
But the problem is, in the UK, when you are married, if it's a long-term marriage, if your marriage now exceeds over 12 years, 20 years, absolutely, everything that you have amassed in that time is going to be split 50-50. That's just the law of the country. That's
Exactly.
the
Now you
law
are
of the
quoting the
country.
law. You
Yeah,
are
that's
saying
the
the
law
law
of the
now because
country.
you are doing team blue. Now you are using the law. Why didn't you quote the law
No,
when you were talking a few minutes earlier on about Hakini's wife?
I I said you can't go into that's on a normal, like everyday people. If I'm married today and I've married my husband for 20 years, of course there's a certain amount of investment that you put in as a woman. He's also put in as a man. And unfortunately, the law of this land in the UK, in the West, majority of the law is when you've been married for a certain amount of time, anything that you have amassed in that marriage, it's going to be divided between both of you 50-50.
So do you
That's
think
just what it is.
so the same law is applicable to this couple that I'm talking about? How do you think she's gonna feel knowing that it's basically is her house and he never contributed? Do you think it's fair?
Then this is the problem. People, when you go into a marriage, why are you as a woman, you're going into a marriage with a guy who's not contributing?
Good question.
Why?
But it happens. It happens. So many people have come here to share their story, and they told us similar example about how their houses they've been told to give, half of it. So it's not about fairness. I think this is the
It's
point
not
that we're trying to
always.
make
It's not
yesterday.
always.
It's not about fairness. The law might not always be fair, but it's
Absolutely.
about the law of the land. So when
Exactly.
people are talking about Hakimi's wife, oh, how can you be asking? How can you be? You can ask for anything. It's okay to ask, but would you be giving what you're asking for?
Yeah, and I feel like she really wouldn't be, because she has not had a marriage for a long time, to be honest. If she had had a marriage, like, do you know the Dr.
Even if
J?
she had married him for a long time, I don't think she would still get half.
I
That's if
think
he
they
even
would.
has money. Oh, do you know the twist of the story now? I'm hearing now on social media, I don't know how far, like everything's allegedly, that he is turning around now and they're asking now that he might be getting half of our own fortune because apparently he hasn't got any money. Everything in his wife's name.
Is in wife's name.
Is in the mother's name. And
When
people
it
are
was,
saying that if Nigerian people want to, if you want to follow suit and leave your property in your mother's name, they will go and use it and sow seed in church. They will give it to their pastors. You're going to end up
it's
in
true.
the poto.
When it comes to
Okay.
finances in marriage, it's difficult, because personally, for I'm not married, but I know when if I'm going into my own marriage, there has to be a kind of, you have to look at it like a business. You have to weigh up what you're gonna be willing to lose, what you're gonna be willing to gain financially. I'm talking about financially, because at the end of the day, when you're in love and everything is going hunky dory, nobody's thinking about, oh, we'll get divorced. But these are conversations people should be having before they even get married. You know?
Okay. So we're going to take callers now. I've got Okpe. Welcome, Okpe. Where are you joining us from?
Hello, Auntie. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, good evening. Oh, yeah, I'm calling from UK, Derby.
Cynthia, take it away. Stop eating.
Okay.
Face the show and do the show.
Okay, in the house. UK, Derby. Come on, give it to us.
This is not a show to be eating, no.
Yes, I'm eating cookie. I haven't had my dinner. Go on.
I know Auntie went to knock on something earlier.
Yes. What's your contribution, Ope?
But yeah, I mean, well, I came across Auntie's show yesterday. My partner shared it with me, and the Auntie was talking about, because I think she follows Auntie for quite a long time. So she was like, oh, they're talking about this guy Ashraf Hakimi's issue and situation. So I said, okay, let me watch it. So apparently, a lot of things were being said yesterday that I just felt like, number one, people I feel like people are too quick to jump into conclusion, about what's actually happening. A lot of people don't know the back story of, the situation, and they just, jump into conclusion based on what some people are saying on social media. I mean, I saw the guy that Auntie shared that made a statement saying something like, oh, when I told you that your wife isn't your family member, which for me personally, that's absolute nonsense. Like I wouldn't agree with that. Like it doesn't make sense. How can you say your wife is not your family member? So if your wife is not your family member, then why are you married?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Okpe. God bless
Absolutely.
you
Well
for
done.
saying that. Because me, I've already packed if you go and check my Instagram, I packed my bag. I'm going to my family. Now that they said I'm not related to that, you are.
So if your wife is not your family member, so what is she? Like she's bearing your name. So basically she's bearing your name and you're saying it's not your family member. That doesn't make any sense. I just feel like that guy is just being stupid. As to the actual issue with actual Hakimi. So apparently this guy, like I followed him for like almost like for a very long time. You know, I support football. I'm a Chelsea fan. So like I followed a lot of footballers. So I know like this. So basically, this guy has always he's always had his mom in charge of his family.
Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah.
So when the issue happened, I feel like people don't understand. Like people are saying, "Oh yeah, he's the mommy's boy," based on what that guy said. Like, "Oh yeah, he's the mommy's boy." Like, why would he marry and have his mom look after his finance and all that, and not keep it away from his wife? I don't think he didn't keep it away from his wife. Like he's always have his mom look after his, his mom has always been in charge of his finance. Again, you never know like what his parent has gone through. He said it personally, like his parent has gone through a lot for him during his career.
Absolutely. That's what I said.
You never know what his parents have sacrificed. Nobody know what his parents have sacrificed for him. Maybe they've sold their house or they've sold their properties just to make sure he makes it as a footballer. So if that kind of guy now had his mom in charge of his finance, I don't think it's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong there. And again, when he got married at a young age. Like I think he got married at 22, which again for me is too young. But I can't really blame him for getting married, because anyone can get married if they feels like they're ready to get married.
So his own my understanding, the way I'm looking at this matter, but I see where you are coming from. It's not Hakimi himself, but the way our people are reacting to this matter.
Yeah.
The way they are making it seem like even grown men like Reno, who is in his maybe 50s, saying that.
I'm sorry, Auntie, but Reno is he just contradicts himself a lot.
If he's a young boy, obviously, like you explained it.
I just unfollowed him because he just talks so much nonsense sometimes.
So how can a grown man? I think the way you've explained it, it makes sense. I mean, my son made me see it yesterday. It was like, maybe he didn't even do it to spite the wife, but because he made a lot of money so young, so it was just natural that his mother or his parents will manage it on his behalf because he was very young.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he didn't, he's not like it was deliberate that, I'm going to punish my wife by hiding money. Do you understand? But now our people are jumping into it, grown men are jumping into it and looking at it as something they want to copy. That is where my fear is coming from. Okay.
I mean, that's I don't even know what to say about that, to be honest. I feel like the way things are, sometimes again, like based on what's happening within marriage, marriage breaks for different reasons. People do, men cheat, women do their own thing. There's always different reasons why marriage ends. And I feel like maybe because majority of the time, especially like when in this kind of this Hakimi situation where the guy has money and then they broke up, they have to give half of their properties to the women,
but the people that live in Nigeria that are talking, these laws are not even applicable in Nigeria. So why are you talking?
To be honest, for me, I don't understand their own.
I don't understand where they're coming from. When you live in Nigeria, and if you want to drive your wife, even if it's you that cheated, God, it's you that will send your wife packing. How is this applicable to you?
I really genuinely don't know how that applicable to people in Nigeria, but there's a similar story with this guy. There's a guy that used to play for us now. I'm trying to remember his name.
Is that Emmanuel Eboe?
Yeah, Emmanuel Eboe. Yeah, that similar thing happens to, and then obviously like he ended up, losing all his assets and then.
But they never lose all, though. This is what people say. I don't think they actually lose. I think somebody actually used it as an example yesterday. This is what people say on social media, but they settle. Maybe he settled
in his own case. I think in his own case, he went broke.
He went broke.
Yeah, in his own case, he actually went broke.
How did that happen?
Yeah, but he was married to an Oyibo lady. Don't forget.
Yeah, it was married
So
to.
they took everything. Is it that they
Of
took
course.
everything? How do they
Of
take
course.
everything?
They know how to take everything when it's a black man. They know their tricks.
Then so why is it that
And
when they make
I
money?
don't feel sorry for them either.
Why is
So,
it that when they make money is only you they
yeah,
want
I
to
don't feel
marry?
sorry for them. Let them continue to
Again,
be
yeah, I mean,
the ones that will be sucking them dry.
He was homeless. Somebody said that he was homeless. Jesus.
Yeah, he was
yeah, it
homeless.
was homeless. Yeah, that's why
Wow.
I went broke. So
Wow.
I think again that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of people are coming out and kind of
I
trying to
see.
support what Hakimi did.
Mm,
It's a good thing.
I see. It makes sense now. Okay. Right. Okay. So I mean, if you are making money at this level, then I mean people should protect themselves because
Protect yourself.
even the footballers gone, they don't help matters because of their lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they
Protect
know that
yourself.
all these women don't take all this. You go and marry Oyibo when you know that Oyibo, you cheat once, they kick you out, and they will take everything. So
And the
they
system
know.
is in their favor.
The
And
system, yes, everything.
please,
So
come on.
they don't help themselves. Honestly, they don't. That's a really sad one, though. I didn't know about his story. Anyway,
And
thanks
then
a
I
lot.
think he's gonna marry the black woman now. Now he's ready to marry a
It's
black
women,
woman.
it's
Of
black women that
course.
are going to suffer
Of
now.
course.
Now
To
it's you
pick him
that
up,
can do struggle.
dust him off and make him brand new again.
When the money comes, you switch. You see them. They will start
Rubbish.
carrying models, all those supermodels. But when they are broke or when they are sick, it's black women
That's
that
when
will
they
not
remember
care.
us. Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Order. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ope.
No, you're welcome.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Auntie, for letting me on your show.
No problem. Take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling us. My love to your wife. God bless you. Bibi, you are next.
Auntie
Unmute yourself,
B,
darling. How are
Auntie,
you?
Hey, baby.
doing okay, doing okay. Hi, pretty Cynthia. Love your
How are
blue
you?
color. It looks good
Oh,
on you.
Since I
thank
came here
you.
today to come and do the date, you don't know that I don't have strength. As I am now, I'm so tired. I've been on Pastor Shala's show earlier. Who has energy for? Cynthia naturally is very energetic. Not of today,
I'm
not
always
tired.
energetic for you,
Mm.
Auntie B. Auntie B, is it not you
Ah,
that made me
I
go
don't
and
have energy.
put
Anything
myself
you say,
together?
Cynthia, I agree. In fact, I'm team blue now.
It's only for you. It's only for you.
no, this
Oh,
is
you're team blue now.
Auntie B. Make I greet you specially. I'm giving you your flowers, my pretty Auntie B. See, you don't wear the flower for neck already. We don't
Have
settle
you?
the matter.
That's one thing. Easy. I packaged because I was going to Pastor Shala's show.
Auntie B,
Oh
No,
my
Auntie
but
B,
God.
it looks very
on.
pretty on you. It looks very.
Thank
I just want
you.
to remind you. Say when you finish and just put on
Just
jejely
to
for
just
back.
show her.
No
Put on for one corner.
wahala.
When I
No
come, I'll collect my
wahala at
property.
all. Mm.
And to me, this topic is a very interesting one, depending on the gender and depending on the way you look at it. Let me play the devil-edged sword for 2 seconds. If
Right.
I was that boy's mom, first and foremost, I would be happy because the wealth comes back to the family. Now,
Okay.
according to their language, the wife is not the family, which makes no sense because then you should not have anything to do with her. Because if you have kids, that's automatically family in the eyes of the world. You can't deny that. But then again, I would say, woe betide any Chris mama. We go allow 19-year-old Pekin go marry that kind of old woman. Wait till she
No,
see.
no, let's not do that. No,
No,
let's not do that.
I won't do that, Auntie. But Auntie B, okay, you
No,
sincerely, would you
no.
allow your son to marry a 31-year-old
Let's not
woman?
do that. The reason why I'm saying that is that we don't say the same thing when an older man marry a woman that is 2 times, 3 times younger.
No,
Let's
we
not do
don't.
that.
No, we don't. But at the same time, if I had a brother or I had a son, sincerely speaking, I would not want to allow that.
Why? Why are you age shaming her? Why?
I'm not age shaming her, but let's be sincere. Did she really marry that guy out of love?
Come on, baby. Don't speak like that.
That's
It's
why
not
I said I'm
fair.
going to play the devil's
No,
advocate
no,
for
no,
two
no, 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 no,
seconds.
no. Because we know African men like younger women. Let me give you an example. I was gonna do a show about it, and that's why I don't. Sorry if I'm coming across. I don't like women talking about age when an older woman marry a younger man because we've seen our grandfather that marry almost teenage women. Nobody condemns it. Let me give
Oh,
you an
they marry
example.
children. They marry
Hold on,
children.
hold on. What's his name? Patrick Doyle. Patrick Doyle recently divorced. His wife divorced him, Retiola, who is close to his age. He's
Yes.
been married now, and I saw the woman he's married to. Patrick is in his 60s. That woman, the new wife he's married to, I don't think she's up to 30 years old. Why is it not trending on social media? But if a woman in her 60s or 50s goes and marry a younger man, everybody will start shaming her. Why?
Okay,
That's
but
double
Auntie B,
standard.
Auntie B, hold on. First, please. If the woman is matured enough, in that case of Patrick Doyle, people may not necessarily say anything wrong with it because they feel she's old enough and she can handle it. But in the case of like Ned Nwoko that was marrying somebody that was old enough to be his granddaughter,
Yeah,
people
had something
shamed.
to say.
People had something to say because the age difference was just unreasonable. So in this situation,
if you were flip it the other way, if it was a woman that was Ned Woko's age,
yes,
do you think it would have been the same reaction?
It wouldn't have been the same reaction, but then it doesn't make it right. I, for one, will not even agree to that because the age difference is astronomical. Now, I think Omoye had done something like this one time, and I said, let's flip it around. If that guy was 31 and the girl was 19,
my daughter's 19.
Would the world have seen anything wrong with it? Maybe they would have, because the age difference is a lot.
If the age difference doesn't bother him, it doesn't bother her, why should you bother ordinary bystanders?
But Auntie B, we don't want to encourage it because we want the woman. We want
men are doing it every time. Men do it more. Why are you shaming women that do it?
No. I'm not shaming women.
No,
I'm just saying
that she's too old for him.
Because at the end of the day, Auntie B,
no. If he didn't say that he's too old for him, then she's not too old for him. Because older men marry younger women every day.
I agree, Auntie B.
And
I agree.
It's the perception about it and the way people perceive these things. And that's why a lot of women are always looking for older men. They don't want to even date somebody who's even a few years younger because of attitudes around it.
Okay,
let's forget about the age. I'm not going to agree with you on that.
Okay.
We'll just agree to disagree on that.
Okay, but yes, we agree to disagree on that one. I have my stand on it because at the end of the day, what I stand for is a person with a matured mind. And a person with a matured mind
also doesn't have to do with age sometimes.
No, it doesn't. A lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with it. That's why I said I was going to play the devil's advocate for 2 seconds. Now, the real story you said is marriage meant for boys? Who are boys? Let's define what boys are, because some 60-year-old will call themselves boys, but they're not even ready to be men that are married or to even hold a family. So at the end of the day, it depends on where your boy category is. Everybody's definition of boy is different. But for me, I think I would have rather preferred it like a matured mind. A matured mind, if you're not ready enough, because being married, you have to be emotionally ready. You have to be mentally ready. We have to be physically ready. You have to be spiritually ready, whatever you call your spirituality. And at the end of the day, if you cannot put all those things together and hold a house, then you have got nothing to do with marriage. Because at the end of the day, you are not going to be happy. The person that is with you is not going to be happy. And before we know what is happening, everybody's running to the divorce lines or they're having problems in the marriage. So if people cannot handle situations maturely, make sound decisions in which they can come to where everybody's happy, marriage should not be for them. Because you're going to either have kids that will suffer from that marriage, hence what we see all over the whole place now, or you're going to have people that will have, difficulties. They won't be able to function well in the society. And I think that is just unfair for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like not going back to age, but kind of going back to age, 19-year-old boy working in Cineworld and a 31-year-old woman working a normal office job, nobody on this panel is going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to welcome that woman into my son's life. People are only making an exception for this imbalance because the woman is an actress. She has a certain amount of money, and he also has a certain amount of money. It's just that it's the money that is talking. Because
so really,
is a man or is a woman?
Cynthia, I'm not even looking at money. I'm not even looking at money.
the way I see it personally,
he's too young,
Vivi,
she's too old for him. And
about the
I'm
age
looking at the
thing,
mind.
why I
I'm
think that
looking
we
at the
shouldn't even talk
maturity.
about it is because women, yeah, women, I have a problem with women. And women, because women struggle to support women.
Auntie
Men,
B, do you want us to support when it's something bad? I'm not
no,
supporting
no,
a
no,
man
no,
or a
no, no, no.
woman.
Men support men regardless. They will support. But women are the first to shame other women and throw women under the bus.
Why is that good? So we
So
should just
let
be
me tell you something.
supporting
For
bad
instance,
things.
No, but
when
I
at 18, you are old enough to marry. They didn't choose her for him. He was the one that went after her. She was successful. Maybe she was his screen goddess or whatever. Somebody is watching on the screen and he fell in love with her or whatever. Nobody chose that woman for him.
I agree.
He married her because he was in love and he was of age. He didn't marry her when he was not of age. He's an adult when they got together. Why are women being the one that's saying, how can you marry a smart boy? How can, when most of you are marrying grandfathers up and down and you don't say anything wrong in it?
Not me. I'm not
So
on that
let's
table.
use the same mouth that we're using to encourage
No,
ancestral husband.
Who's my
Ancestral
grandfather?
husband. Look at the former Alafi that passed. That man was 80-something years old. He had wives that were under
Auntie
20.
B, we're not on that table.
Saying anything. Now you want to come here and
no,
start
no,
talking
no,
about
Auntie
age.
B, Auntie B, I get where you're coming from, and I respect it. But you see, what I'm saying is the maturity in the mind. Because let's look at it. If that guy was matured enough, you have
He wouldn't be
married your
hiding his
wife.
money with his
Why
mom.
would you give your money to your mother? Your wife is your person. She's going to bear your kids with you. She's going to build a life with you. She has dreams with you. Why would you take 80%? Let's calculate it very well. How much is 80% of $1 or one pound? You take almost everything. You take it to your mom, and from what I read, it includes his jewelries, it includes his trophies, the clothes. When he wants to buy clothes, he goes to his mom to get money to buy
He
his
shouldn't
clothes
have
and
married.
everything.
He should not have gotten married. The mother, since the mother is
Exactly.
he has such an influence in his life, she should not have allowed him to marry. Simple.
Yes, and even from their own culture as well. They don't even marry that early. But you decided to allow your son to get to do that. You didn't say anything. In fact, first and foremost, that means what was he even bringing to the table? How was he taking care of the lady? For all you know, she was the one taking care of him because everything he was earning, he was just taking to his mom. You earn that much money, then you decide to now openly tell the whole world she's not family. Excuse me? What is the definition of family?
So you're I don't think he's not the one that says she's not family. It's Nigerians that are running around saying that on social media. I don't think he said, let's be fair on him.
The online
right?
in-laws.
Yeah, the online
in-laws.
Online in-law. What I want us to take away from this, please, ladies, let us stop this. It's not fair. Because maturity sometimes has got nothing to do with age. Some men, are younger men. Now, I think it was Honey Babe is not here. Honey Babe was the one that said that her partner is younger, but he's very matured.
But he's 35 or whatever. That is Auntie B. I'm sorry. I will never ever support.
That's your choice. That's your choice. That's your choice. I'm telling you on social media, there's this actress, Cynthia. There's an actress on social media. What's that her name again? How many of you remember that Nigerian actress that she's from? She married a younger man. If you know what her eyes, if you see the way people troll her, and the age is not that big. Just the fact that let's even forget about Hakimi. Let's bring it down. I know the way Nigerians generally do this. Once a man is few years older than you, how dare you marry him? I think we should.
A few years younger.
A few, even if it's 2 years.
Okay.
People say, but he's older than you're older than him. It's not right. It's not Uche Ogbodo. God bless you, D. What I'm trying to say here, not about even the Hakimi or whatever. That one is water under the bridge now, right? Let us as women learn not to quickly go to the age thing. As long as it's an adult, if we can accept it for men, then we shouldn't condemn it for women. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you, Auntie B. I agree with you. We should not look down on any other person because it's a personal choice. But where I stand is, if you're not mentally there and complete in every form of the word to own a home and take care of a home, because marriage is not just taking you out to dinner and buying nice clothes. There's so many things that you have to feed off each other as a couple. And if you cannot both do that well and balance it out well, then you have got no business in being in the marriage world, because it's just
19-year-old has no business being married.
Because
period.
you're just going to be making more mistakes for the next person that is going to pick it up to get into something that you couldn't completely get yourself out of, because you started off on the wrong foot.
Some men prefer older women.
True.
What about
example is Priyanka and Jonas.
Macron. Did you not marry school whatever?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But I think both of them are like
shaming him.
But they're adults.
Oh, but Auntie B, no, they did. They gave them a hard time.
They did.
They did give them a hard time.
Imagine if he was an African man. Can that woman have children for him? Has she not passed age of childbirth?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. She has. But I'm just saying that even like both of them are both adults and they can take care of themselves, but they still give them a hard time. So I'm just saying, if like your title rightly said, marriage is not for boys. It's not for the weak-minded. Whether you are an old man of 80 or you are a young boy of 12, if you cannot do the job well of being a married person, because it's just giving out more statistics of people that are not properly fit to handle a home well, you've got no business being in the marriage.
And anybody with a teen at the end of their age, I'm sorry, you're still an adolescent, you're still a child. I don't care what the law says. I don't care what the law says. But somebody who's a teenager, marry another teenager. I can accept that. But a 12-year older person, whether it's a man or a woman, I'm not gonna ever support that. Nobody, the person who's younger, to me, is not mature enough to make that decision. Whether it's by law, you're not mature enough to make that decision. So you're
people choose. Marriage is about two people. It's two people that are involved, and they choose one another.
If one person is more mature, and the other person is in their teenage years, there's already a power imbalance.
You are assuming that every old person is matured, Cynthia. Equating age to maturity now.
Normally, but 19-year-old has no business getting married.
There
I don't care.
People that are in their 40s and they are so immature, you'll be wondering if that's their real age. So let's leave the age thing and move on. Okay, we're moving on. Thank you so much, BB.
Thank you, BB.
This is the first time that the age thing, the age thing has been in the social media as well. People have been trolling her quite a lot. And, of course, Nigerian women will always be the first to jump on it. You see, this case has opened my eyes to a lot of things. Olu, I'm coming to you. I'm going to be giving my empathy selectively now. I'm writing people's name down, honestly. Because I can see now that some people, you give them empathy. Somebody went and started writing a long epistle about me. In a lot of prestige. Yeah. I was saying that they were so disappointed in me. The way I was going on and on about it. I was trying to remember who the person is. Then it came to me. The coin dropped. Who this person is. And I said to Ola, I said, I remember who this person is. Oh. It's somebody that said that she's asexual. She came in and said, I'm asexual. We're all feeling for her. Oh, she doesn't know whether she wants to get married. Her parents are forcing her to get married. She's asexual. So you don't even like Kerewa. You're not sleeping with a man. You don't even like Kerewa, and you are giving opinion about divorce and marriage, and you are going somewhere. And when she came here, we were like, trying to embrace her, love on her. But go and see her throwing me under the bus somewhere else. That's why I say my empathy is going to be selective these days. I'm telling you, it will. It will. I'm giving selective empathy from now on. I'm serious. Hello, you're welcome.
Thank you, Auntie B. Good afternoon from Canada. I know it's evening. Okay.
Welcome.
I want to first of all appreciate you for all you do. You're stunning. I was watching Dr. Shola's show where you were there, and I'm like, Auntie B is just giving it to us back to back. Very hot. It was beautiful. Thank you. More wisdom in Jesus' name.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, I will not take too much time. I know that Hakimi here is the case study, but I don't want to dwell on him because this is like people's reaction shows that this is what is happening in our community. So number one thing I want to say is, regardless, I'm not age shaming the wife, but 19 is too young to be in marriage. Marriage is too much of a responsibility for a 19-year-old, whether a female or a male. That is my opinion. I can never allow my child, whether a female or a male, to go into marriage at 19, regardless of gender.
I'm okay with
That
that.
is
I'm okay with that. That makes good sense.
Yeah, that is me. I don't care about the age difference. It's okay. Whoever you choose is okay. But 19 is too young to be in marriage. That is for me. Regardless of whether you are a female or a male, I will never allow my child to be married at 19. It's too much of a responsibility.
What are you going to do?
If they insist, I will now tell both parties involved that whatsoever comes out of it, you are bearing it all alone. I don't even want to be emotionally attached.
Olu, there's real life with Nato, my beautiful daughter. Yes, I'm from the north. 19 is actually very, very old in the north. You see how cultures can make things look sometimes.
Yes. That is, so even I served in the north, and I was like, no. I had a girl that came to me for advice that their family, our family wanted her to get married that young. I said, you know, I don't have power over what your family would decide for you, and you are the only person that can say to them that you don't want to get married at this age. Unfortunately, there was nothing I could do. She doesn't want to do it, but she was forced into it. So I don't want to dwell too much on it, but that is my own opinion. 19 is too young.
19, you are getting too old, Seth, because they start from it.
Yes, from like 13, 14. 11. Yes. Yeah. So yeah,
and
that is.
Cynthia, let me tell you, some of them that are 13 marry men that are 60 something.
Yes, they do. Yes, and not even as first wife, like sixth wife. So, but that is their culture. For me, 19 is too young. That's it, whether for male or female. And another thing I want to say is, if you now want to get married at 19, you are going into an adult business, then you should be able to face adults, whatever adults face. So if you are going into marriage at 19, for this case, I believe that they should share whatever they made together in the course of the marriage. They should share it. Anything before the marriage, it might not come into it, but whatever they make together in the course of that marriage should be shared. And another thing I want to say here is that if the lady is so much interested in the man's finance before the divorce, she would have known that the man was putting everything in his mom's name.
People that keep calling her
because we are in obodooyinbo. We buy houses together. Myself and my husband, we bought our house together. So how will I now not know that my husband's money or asset is in his mom's name if she's truly like interested in the finance before the divorce? She will know.
Yeah.
So that means she wasn't interested. She didn't care until the time that she was filing for divorce, which I think is not good enough for a wife. She should be on top of things concerning her husband, concerning her home, but she's not, unfortunately. And lastly,
ask for half.
The funny thing now, Cynthia, please leave the half matter. You keep bringing it up. Why you keep bringing it up? The funny thing now is that nobody is talking about why she's filing for divorce anymore. All they are talking about is like Cynthia now,
and that is
asking for half.
That is where I'm going. That is where I'm going now.
Why is she asking for her? Why is she filing for divorce? You forgot it.
She's filing for divorce because the man cheated. And that is why she's entitled to whatever they make together in the course of the marriage. Whatever the man made in the course of the marriage, she's entitled to it.
So then why is she asking for half? Nobody's answering the question. I'm not understanding.
Whatever they make in the course of that 3 or 4 years marriage, she's entitled to half of it.
She's made a lot. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he's a footballer.
that's
I'm sure he
fine.
made a lot in the 3 or 4 years that they were
Because
married.
Of
the 3 or
course.
4 years that they are married, the woman is contributing to the marriage as well. She's taking care of the children. She's ensuring that everything is put together. So for me, she has sacrificed, even though the time is short, but she sacrificed. And so whatever that man made in the course of that marriage, the woman is entitled to lay claim on whatever percentage she wants.
He already
Whether
made his
3
money.
years, before the marriage, whatever the man has made, she does not have entitlement to it. But in the course of that marriage, they chose each other. She had been with him. She has all right to lay claim on whatever they made together in the course of the marriage, between that 3 or 4 years that they are married.
The
The
reason
man
why
married, he was young when he married, but he decided to carry the responsibility of an adult. So he should be able to face it.
Yeah.
That is my belief. And lastly, I wanted to say, the way people are taking this thing, it is only spiritual people that will know that it is an agenda of the devil. The Bible says we should not be ignorant of the devices of the devil. Every time the devil is always eating on homes. Bible says a man shall leave his wife, his mother and father, and cleave to his wife. The devil does not want that. Now what we are doing in the world of today is we are fighting gender. That is what the devil wants.
Absolutely.
We are not supposed to be fighting each other. We are supposed to come into agreement. The Bible says when 2 come together, 2 shall chase 10,000. But the devil does not want that, because he knows that every time 2 comes together, we are always defeating him. And that is why he's pushing this agenda. Unfortunately, even Christians are accepting it, that a woman does not have right over the property of the wife. And the ripple effect now is that the men will be hiding their assets, the women will be hiding their assets, and there will be division in the home. Thank you, Auntie B. That is what I have to say.
I can't even query the last thing you said there, because it made perfect sense. That's what we were discussing yesterday in Man of Prestige. And Ola was saying that people are not even looking at the main thing. There is an attack. And it's not going to come directly. This is how people, social media, using scenarios like this, and people are jumping on it. And that is perfectly sensible what she said about attack on marriages. We're not looking at it from that aspect. Now everybody is talking about money, money, money. Why is she asking for half? Why is she asking for half?
What's the solution, Auntie B? I'm a solutions girl. What's the solution moving forward?
I don't know. Maybe Uzo can tell us. Uzo, hello,
Uzo,
darling.
what's the solution?
Unmute
Let's not
yourself,
talk about
Uzo.
the
Uzo is the staunch.
don't talk about the
Uzo is
issue.
the
And to me,
hello, sweetheart.
Cynthia, I have like 6 points. Please, nobody should come for me in the comment section.
We've
You know,
not
the
heard
other
you
Give
for
them,
a long
Uzo,
time,
give them.
Uzo. How are you?
I'm going through life. Put me in your prayers. It's just God has been lifting me up. But
Yeah,
today,
you're well. It is well with you, my darling.
amen. Please don't come for me, because the other day when I handled the Catholic matter, I saw them insulting me. And me, I want to change. I don't want to be insulting people back. I just said, okay,
Don't worry, I got your back, Uzo. Go for it.
Please don't just listen to
It's
my
not every day go against.
disagree with me. Disagree
Absolutely.
with me respectfully. Because if I finish talking and I come to the comment section and you abuse me, I'm back on that.
You don't even start talking.
Now, my first point is this, okay? I'm torn between 2 angles, and to be one is this guy was 19 when he married a 33-year-old, which is preposterous to me. And to be, just wait, listen to me. I know that you don't like the idea of age shaming, in quotes, but even my mom, I tell her she married an ancestor because she married an older man, and we laugh about it. It's the same with a woman being a cradle snatcher. I know you don't like that word. It's nice to know that his mother stepped in and took hold of his finances. However, I'm shocked, that the wife had no idea of his finances. That's one angle, because I'm like, as a wife, even my husband, he earns more than me, and I know how much he earns. I know how much he makes. So it's quite preposterous. I know where his money goes to. So I find it, ridiculous that she had no idea of, where his money was going to. That's my first point. My second point is this. I don't understand the angle why people are looking at I don't understand why people are not looking at the angle of Hakim cheating on his wife and being accused of SA. I mean, he knew he had nothing to lose, and that's the way he acted, and that's the reason why he acted that way. You know, he
But
knows.
he hasn't been convicted, so I don't
Yes,
think it's
he has
fair
been,
to say
but
that.
he's alleged.
Been
Yes,
accused.
Alleged,
Cynthia, I know that you're
yeah.
for the
It
men,
hasn't been.
but
It hasn't been.
it's an
Who's gonna say
allegation.
we shouldn't interrupt? Cynthia, why are
Yeah.
you interrupting?
No,
I
no,
know
but it's alleged.
yes,
Alleged.
it's an allegation, you know, that's the thing. So that's why I'm saying people are not looking at that angle, you know, that he was cheating on his wife, he's being accused of SA. No, Nigerian men, they are blind to that. That's fine. My third point is this. I see Nigerian men, you know, jubilating and it's just sheer foolishness. If as a full-fledged man who is married, you have a swinging pendulum between your thighs and you are taking advice from your mother like a baby boy, then you should be ashamed. I see people saying this, oh, his parents sacrificed so much for him. Maybe that's why he kept his mom in charge of his finances. Truth is, maybe his mom might be a good finance manager, but my question to you, Nigerian men that are jubilating, say your mother, your mother, your mother, is your mother a good financial manager? Or is she the type that will use all your hard-earned money to do donation in church? Auntie B, my parents sacrificed so much for me. Okay, but it will be foolish of me to let them control my finances. My fourth point, and to be like I always advise people who have money, always make sure to have a corporation. You have Ada and you have Ada Mazi Corporation. Ada has $0. Ada Mazi Corporation has $1 million. That way you protect yourself. Women, we have to start thinking like men. Women, be wise. My fifth point is this, okay? For my Anambra brothers who were just jubilating and saying, oh, that's why they always tell girls, Mamumsi. Mamumsi means my mother said, when an Anambra man does not want to have anything to do with you, he will say to you, Mamumsi, meaning that my mother said I should not be with you, and then he ends the relationship and puts the burden of the end of the relationship on his mother. I want to ask you people this. Don't you think it's ridiculous that you will will your future to your mother? You are supposed to supersede your parents, and you think it's okay. You think it's okay that you would will your future to your mother under the disguise of mamsi. I know that people like to Africa. I just want you to keep in mind that African mothers like to idolize their priest. So you give your inheritance, give your hard-earned money, give all your hard work to your mother. She will will it to the priest. Okay? And
Amara, leave me alone, no. Who's also say we shouldn't talk? Why are you making me talk? Is
and
it,
that will be on you.
Auntie B, look at your face.
And finally, Auntie B, Nigerian women, this is my advice to you. Please, 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 please. Begin to use your head. If you know you're married to a numbskull, and you just make sure that you think and act like a man. Secure yourself. If you have a man that
Exactly.
keeps saying you are not his family, or acts, he might not be saying it, but he's acting like you are not his family. You better stop slaving away for this man. You better put on your protection and make sure you're not having children every year. Because when push comes to shove and you are left with the burden of many children, ask yourself, can you cater to those children without the help of this man? If you have to run away from your marriage, can you run with 8 children? Can you run with 6 children? Can you run with 5 children? I'm Igbo. And this one is to my Igbo women because we're always the ones saying large family, large family, large family. Biafra war. We have to increase, multiply. Catholics. I'm Catholic. Yes, I'm Catholic by marriage. Yes, it's the Catholic whatever, large family, big family. But ask yourself, if push comes to shove, can I run away with 8 children? Can I run with 6 children? Your children will resent you if at the end of the day you leave them behind when it comes to issues with DV and the rest. And to be that's what I have to say. I rest my
Also, I'm kind of
Drop,
surprised you
Uzo,
didn't. You
drop,
didn't. You
drop the
didn't.
mic.
You didn't. I was expecting you to go
Deeper.
spiritual on this, but you didn't touch.
No, I
You
didn't
didn't
touch.
go
I didn't. I
spiritual at
didn't.
all.
I'm not going spiritual on this today because, Nigerians we're too spiritual. Let's look at things logically and maybe even legally. Let's leave, the spiritual part of it, but let's look at things critically. Is this right?
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm married because some people might start saying, "Oh, you don't like men or anything." One day I will have a son, and I will tell him, "You cannot will your property to me if you're not sure of the person you're going to
Or
marry,
marry her.
and you shouldn't get married. If you know you
Excuse me,
love
or
your
not.
mother so
You
much,
accuse
marry
me
your
of not
mother.
liking
Let
men.
women rest.
Mm.
Let women rest. You don't like women. You're always abusing them, trampling on them. Let them rest. Marry your mothers. Marry your sisters, so that we can rest. It's as easy as ABC. That's what I have to say, Auntie B. If you have any feedback, I'm happy to listen.
Thank
I'm
you,
happy to.
Uzo.
Well, yeah,
Do
that's
you have
Well
any
done.
feedback? Co-presenter Cynthia.
No, I liked all her points.
okay then, Auntie B. Thank you. I'll keep
Thank
listening.
you, Uzo. Look after yourself. You're giving us a lot to think about. I'm just reflecting on everything you said. Now it is well. May God help marriages. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, then.
Thanks, Uzo.
All right. Everybody in the comment section was nice. I assure you. Don't worry.
No
Don't
violence.
you
She
don't
didn't come
have
with
anything to
violence
worry
today.
about. They are scared of you. Oh my God, Uzo. Wow. It is
Who's
well.
next?
Ngozi, you are last but not the least. So we can.
Good evening, Auntie B. You look lovely. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening.
Good, good.
Welcome.
Thank
Hello.
you so much.
You
I've
tell me
actually
that's looking good. This is not fair.
no, you look good, Cece. I was just about to say now. I was just about to say you look lovely as well. Thank you so much for having me comment on the show today. I was actually looking at this from several perspectives. So the first thing I want to say is that culturally in Morocco, getting married at like age 18 and younger is actually very common and quite standard. That's the first thing. They're actually trying to outlaw child marriage in Morocco. So it is very much a part of their culture. Now, another thing is that, you know, his parents, I don't see his parents as people who didn't have control, because these footballers, they have their managers, they have their agents, they have their PR people. At the time he married this Spanish actress who was actually deemed and recognized to be one of the richest actresses in Spain, that would have given him a lot of social currency in terms of his popularity, in terms of the circles he's moving in terms of the kind of money, the sponsors that he would have been exposed to. So I think that actually his parents might have been quite shrewd and said, you know what, if he's with this woman, even though we don't, maybe not, she doesn't fit our typical Arab Muslim model of a wife, we're going to let him do this because of where it's going to take his career. So I actually think he's just got typical tiger parents who have a talented child and we're saying, look, we're going to make sure whatever it takes, if it means marrying this girl, fine. But they had that safeguard of she's not going to get the money. So that's the only thing I really wanted to say on Hakimi and on that side. Coming from the actual point that Auntie B was making with regards to how our community has responded, I just kept thinking about how in our community, we do not value legacy. We do not value a true legacy, setting up an actual legacy generationally. You know, we think that getting married and having children, that's it. Now you've got a legacy. Because the people that were saying your wife is a stranger, I just said to myself, that means one, you clearly don't value your wife. And we see this all the time with the way that, you know, in our community in Africa, the way women are treated quite poorly. But we also see the way that there's a lack of value towards children, because if you're building a legacy, you won't really care that, okay, look, fair enough, maybe asking for half could be seen as a bit extreme. But if you look at other successful cultures that are dominating in spaces globally, they make sure that no matter what, whether I divorce his mother or not, my spawn, my future generations have to be very well positioned in the world. My family name has to maintain a certain status, maintain a certain level. This is what I want for my children. The Bible says that a good man stores up wealth for his children's children. So anybody that has the mindset, and I think as well, women, we can be too fair and we can think too much from a sense of fairness, but nobody else is thinking fair towards us. So I think that really and truly what it did for me is it exposed the fact that we don't take building a legacy far enough. Because her asking for half, I think for me, I would have sat down and said, well, if anybody asks her, what is on your list of priorities concerning this half that you want? I'm sure quite a lot of it would have gone towards her children, their education, having a nest egg for the future, making sure they have good properties, making sure they have adequate trust funds for, you know, whether they're getting married, whether they're going to have houses, healthcare, etc. People are looking at it from a very surface level of, oh, she asked for half, but she's got 4 children to think about. And those 4 children, yeah, I think, or isn't it, how many does she have? Is it 2 or 2? So she's got 2 children. Now, if she, like most people, I would assume, or a lot of people would think about their grandchildren to come as well. So when you really look at it, you know, and those children, that's why people are looking at Oyibo people and all these. But the fact of the matter is, when these people start building their wealth, they're thinking about generations, hundreds of years down the line. You know, so all of this kind of thinking, it just exposed to me that in our community, both men and women, we do not take building a legacy, building generational wealth far enough. And I think, to be fair, that is why our nation is in the state that it is, because we are not even thinking about generations down the line, and they need money. I also think, like I said, we need to think reasonably. Of course, she's going to need a lot of money because she's going to be, however old those kids are, they've still got a very long way to go. And they themselves are going to have children as well. So I just really took it from that perspective, you know. Yeah, and that's really all I had to say, to be fair. I think it really just really exposed the kind of, you know, just that thinking we have in our community, and it's quite sad. And the thing is, it's been apparent. It's just that I think hearing a lot of people say your wife is not your family, I think for me, I was like, so that's what that behavior is. Because I can't remember what somebody said about the mum, his mother, but again, and the wife not knowing. African mothers are extremely controlling, especially when it comes to their sons. A lot of African mothers will make their daughter-in-laws life hell, to the degree where, you know, they just keep quiet. I've seen friends completely oppressed by their mother-in-laws where they don't even speak. They just hold their tongue. They don't express their opinion just to avoid the drama. So I think that's, again, to take into consideration that actually maybe she didn't know, because that's the kind of control her mother had. And I personally think his mother is a very savvy, very shrewd, and very intelligent woman. I don't think she's some lucky mother. I think she's very calculating. She's very shrewd. I think she made the right choice for her son to keep his money, because in Arab culture, their children get married young. If you look at Yemen people, if you look at people from the Jordan, those kind of Saudi, they all live together. When their children marry young, they all live together in the same compound, in the same house, and they're supervised to a certain level, maybe until they're a bit old enough to say, right, now you can venture into your own home. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was that typical Arab, Moroccan setup where it was like, actually, no, I'm not hands off yet because he is still young. So I think that fair enough.
Okay, Ngozi, can you summarize now? Because I need to move on.
So that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. So yeah. Right. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the same thing happened to the mom, because I believe she was married. If maybe this is how she was treated in her husband's house, I don't know. Because I know women, very typical of us, we know how to dish it, but you know, when it comes to our sons, we are like, but when it comes to being a wife, we take a different turn. So I don't know.
Just
it's okay.
My point about the legacy, I agree with her about the legacy, but then at the same time I don't, because when a man leaves his wealth, all his wealth to the woman, most of the time the women are not putting that money aside for the kids. They're spending that money on themselves. So there's no legacy. So in my opinion, it's better for the man to have the money and give it to his family, because that way it's at least still within his family. That's why a lot of these men, these footballers, they lose all their wealth and they end up with nothing, because the money goes to the woman and it's
so you're making the same point now that the wife is not the family. That's the
No,
point you
I'm
just
saying
made now.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's why a lot of men will leave money for their families because a lot of the time women are not
I'm
investing
thinking
it.
the main reason why the mother was controlling the money is because it was very young.
Yeah, I believe so.
He was very, very young. I don't think it was
I think
malicious. I
I
don't
think
think he did this to hurt the wife. And you can
well,
tell, I mean, if you really look at the situation, you can tell that they went into this marriage because of love. They loved one another. And
mhm.
that's why the wife didn't even bother that he doesn't own anything. Because is it that she doesn't know or she didn't care? Is it because she has her own money? But obviously, people are painting her as a gold digger. But if she was a gold digger, then she would have known before now that he hasn't got any money. That the mother controls all the money. I don't think she was a gold digger. Maybe because of what's happened in terms of the allegations around the rape and cheating, maybe she was hurt by it and trying to, deal with him now or something. I don't know. But I don't think she definitely should have known at some point. Okay. So 3 minutes, I need to go. I am so tired. I'm gonna fall off this chair if I don't go in 10 minutes. So 3 minutes each. I'm exhausted. Choo choo. Unmute yourself and you got 3 minutes, please.
Hi everyone. So thanks for this topic, and to be, I really knew you were going to speak on it. So when I saw the notification, I just said, when I'm back from work, I'm just going to join in. And also, I want to appreciate you for saying, don't shame women for age marriage. So I just want to point out some things to our African community. We don't like to look into things logically. Okay, this lady has an established career and they fell in love. It's not that she's going to dig his wealth. As at the time she met him, he hasn't built this wealth, okay? This contract that he's making now in Spain, there's something about money and fame. So there are
Mhm.
names that opens doors. That girl has made a household name in the socialized sector in Spain. So marrying this girl kind of put him into that circle of where he wants to play. Okay, so the girl is there, so there's nothing wrong in age of marriage. Honestly, if our people will debase our mind about a woman being older, this is so wrong, because I want to list some outstanding men that married women older than them. Alex Salmon, the former first minister of Scotland, the wife is 85 and he's just 65 now. Look at Emmanuel Macron. He married a woman who is older with 30 years plus. So, and then what are we saying about? Look at Peter and Lola Okoye, 10 years difference, and they married and they made a home. So there is nothing wrong in this girl marrying this boy. And honestly speaking, United Nations age of marriage, let's say Scotland, for instance, is 16 years with your parents' consent, or 17 years, you go to the registry. In England here, it's 18 years, you go to registry. This boy is not plucked as underage because the law wouldn't allow it. So these young people in Britain here, I know some guys at my work who prefer older women, honestly, and to be. So, and I said, oh, why? He said, well, it's just my desire. It's just what I like. So
Yes,
don't.
some men definitely like older
Yes,
women.
I know some established high profile program managers at my work that are 45, 46, and boys who are coming out from university, graduate 23 years old, want them, honestly. So they're not digging for their wealth. It's just attraction. And then
Yeah.
again, most honestly, Auntie B, I don't know if there is something about the African woman who doesn't want to enjoy sex and good life. Honestly, because as you age from 35 up, you have a very high level of libido. A man of 50 can satisfy you. I've said this thing before, and Auntie B, I would like you to dive into it in our society.
Stereotype.
Because most people that
Stereotype.
Generalize.
You're
most
generalizing. That's
You
all
no,
want me
right.
to dive into it?
Continue.
What do you want me to dive
I
into?
want you to talk about the matching the libido of a woman of 35 to 34 to a man. We can talk about topics like this, okay? So people should not think that because this girl is 36 and the boy is just 24. Honestly, it's matching. They will have the same level of drive. Not joking. So
Okay,
there
you'll
is
be having
so
the same level
yes, there is nothing
of
like
drive, and then what?
there's nothing like
Change the
cradle
problem.
snatching here. No, nothing
Because
like that.
25 years
Honestly.
old and a 50 years old financially is not on the same level.
No. See, men. I don't want to go too explicit. Okay, men. As you age in men, there are some decline you begin to have in that area. But we don't want to talk about this now. So, and women tend to
I
match
think what she's
younger.
trying to say is that the kerewa, as
And
women
to be
get older,
unmuted.
it increases. Then for
Yes,
men, it decreases.
from 35, you become actively desiring of it. Okay, so because I'm a woman in that age range. Okay, so there are some things people don't say cradle. No, there's no cradle snatching here. Manuel Macron is living with the wife, Bridget T. Someone is living with his wife. Peter Okoye is living with Lola. There are many people who have made it and they are living with the women. So people should stop saying cradle scratching. Nobody accused Ned Nwoko of taking young Regina and calling him cradle. Even the social, they say, oh, she's enjoying life. Leave this girl to enjoy. And then when you marry a man, after 3 years of marriage with 2 children, honestly speaking, the woman should be entitled to half of what you have made. Both of you put your resources and divide it into 50 and everybody go peacefully. If you don't want that to happen, make a prenup from the onset and say, if we divorce, this is what we're going to get. Honestly.
And then most of this footballer, if the mother is so savvy, the way people have been praising her, that she's so smart, she knows how to manage money, how come she didn't advise him to get a prenup?
Prenup, okay. And then again, what are we saying? When Prince Charles divorced Princess Diana, he paid her money. Princess Diana did not waste the money. He kept it in trust for his sons. Women keep money for their
But
sons.
it's not all women that do
Most
that.
women I know
It's not the norm.
money for
We're
their
talking
children.
just generally. A lot of people are not doing that.
So there's some things I have now been in UK. I've kept it in trust for my daughter. I've not gone abroad wasting the money to my family. But
You know why I'm not dwelling on what she's asking about the 50%. If you notice, I hardly talk about it because you can ask for anything.
Yes.
But will you get it?
Yeah, it's
the
to ask
court
and the
that will
court
determine what is
the
fair.
court will then
So
decide.
there's no point.
There is no
It's
point
a waste
calling
of
this
time
woman a
talking
gold
about
digger.
asking for 50 or not asking for
No.
50. There's no point.
There's no point.
It's just asking. It's just like me now asking Cynthia to give me this wig that she's wearing.
Yes, you can pray the court, any prayer. You can make a prayer to the
She
court of
can
law.
decide not to give me. So you can ask
I can
anything.
give you Auntie B.
People can even make a prayer to the court to give them 100% custody of the children. Court will not decide how many percent you will get. So please, let's stop shaming women. I'm always against this thing. A woman can fall in love with anybody who is above 18 years. Marry him if he marries you before the court of law. And
you know,
enjoy
it's the
your
women
life.
that are calling her greedy. All the people that are calling her greedy are women.
And then Auntie B, let me just say this thing. Some
Mostly
people may not
women.
be having good loving relationship in their home, and then they see a mature woman, maybe like 35, 36, going with a boy of 20, and they're having
greedy,
good.
she's greedy, but she doesn't know that it's the mother-in-law that controls her husband's finances.
She would know, Auntie Kate, Auntie B, she would know. She would know. But now she wants to have her own since she's going away, okay? Before
She may not know. It's possible she didn't know.
Okay, maybe
We don't
possible
know that
as
she
well.
knows. Yeah, it's possible she doesn't
Maybe
know.
she didn't know. So, but please, let's be kind to women because people don't fall in love at the same
Women
time.
are not even kind to one another, choo-choo. Isn't that what I've been saying?
Please.
Women are not kind to one another. Women are the ones that are the worst on this table. This matter we're discussing is not even men.
Let's be kind to
So
our
what are we
fellow
talking
women.
about?
Even 26 and 19 is not even bad. Men are 50 are marrying girls who are 17 in Nigeria. What are we saying? Please,
if there's a next life, if there's a next life, I want to be a man.
No, I always love to be a woman, Auntie B.
No, I don't want to be a woman anymore because women are not united. I like men. Men are united. Men, they get it. They just stick together. They get it. But you see, women, it's too much.
So please, let's not shame any woman. There is no cradle snatching here, honestly. That boy's age of football and 21, 23, 24 will suit that girl's libido at this age of life. Please, see that boy. You both value that thing more than the way we value family life. Honestly. If you're in a circle of mature British women here that are Caucasians, they will tell you they prefer that than to the way we think of family life in Nigeria. That's why when it stops in their marriages, they can go because of it. So why are we shaming women for having younger men? It's not good, please.
Thank you, Jare.
Thank you, everyone. Love you all. Yeah, bye.
God bless you, my sister. Thank you. What you said about the Kerewa thing, we should definitely look at it because it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense about libido and how, older women, higher libido, and, they need, that's matching. But unfortunately, in our culture, if the man is not at least 10 to 15 years older than you, then people will come for you. So that's what it is. And you know the thing, if is even fellow women everything that we talk about, that affects African women are the ones that perpetuate it the most. Patriarchy is women that are sitting on that table. If it's DVs, fellow women that will tell you what is the big deal. Why don't you stay there? And not only we're enjoying it. Women always want to throw other women under the bus. And that is one thing it doesn't sit well with me. I don't understand it. I feel like sometimes women feel like, oh, after all, if it's come to my children, they are the only thing I have. So you've forgotten that you're a woman now, or that, you're going to have a daughter. Even if you don't have a daughter, you have daughter-in-laws. Or if you have daughters, remember somebody will marry them. So before you start making those statements, and before you start going online, like the one I was saying that says she's asexual, that she was castigating me, that me, my stand on it, because I said that I have a problem with people saying on Twitter that your wife is not your family. And then she was talking rubbish. You can't even sleep with a man. You are here talking. I beg.
Who's trying to come for me in the comments? Please don't come for me in the comments. I'm not siding with men.
Let's end it.
Oh, see beautiful people. Oh my God. You guys look so beautiful. Mona take picture. Mona just take picture. Mona frame am. Cynthia, baby.
Last minute though.
Eh?
Last minute.
Sister B, you are shining. No, look at Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia, model.
No, somebody said, Auntie B, you shouldn't invite me back.
Why?
I'll be back again. She said I've got Mel. Please don't come here, watch one show and just be talking.
Who's talking about you?
Who talk about you for inside? Come on, we'll go rush the person. Who be the person?
Somebody said they will be LGBTQ in their next life.
Yeah. I'm telling you, as it be so, everybody here does it.
Next life, I will be LGBTQTH.
LMNOP.
An African man, a woman. I don't tire.
I beg go. Me, I dey tender application. I'm still collecting application, but you must be 10 years younger. 10 years younger. Submit your application. Let's look at it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
Dami, thank you for making me laugh. That's so funny. You say you don't need to wait for next life. This life you can
do it now.
Let me make you laugh. Somebody on comment section said something on Pastor Shola's page when they said Pastor Shola went and made a list of what the requirements of a wife is and what the duty of a wife is. And he said all these plenty things. And then he now said the duty of a husband is only to love. So one person in the comment section said, you know what? In my next life, I want to be LGBTQ. Somebody says it's not too late. Now you can marry.
Oh my God. Hey.
He said he's 10 years younger you're looking for.
Application. Yeah, you gotta be 10 years younger. Your dingaling must be working effectively. I don't fit shots. Okay.
You know fit.
I don't fit shots. See, let me tell you that when they say some men, not be all old men, no. It depends on how well they take care of themselves. So just throwing it out there. Not be all people when they don't old, no, they are dingaling, no, they work again. So please.
I like that. Dingaling. We say some old papas there when the dingaling see the dingaling.
In fact, it function past younger people. All these young boys, not because of sugar that they drink. Sugar. Yes, now sugar they wreck them.
Nothing like experience. Experience is the best.
I'm not that experienced, but I know this. I don't read and I know sugar, especially.
So the older men that are more experienced now, there's a bit,
It depends if they take care of themselves, though. If they take care of themselves very well, yeah. But younger people, a lot of younger people, they like sugar too much. Okay, so most of these young men, some of them, too much sugar don't wreck. So by the time they reach a certain age, they are not able to perform. So instead, pay attention to the lifestyle of the person. I say they chop. What they chop? That's what you should be looking out for. Not be this, strength, buff. Not me say. Anyways, let me not check. 10 years. Sister B, collect application.
Okay. Guys, give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying the show, please. People are not liking. I don't even remember to tell people to like.
I don't shout like it. Like. They know they like.
You don't
Eh?
play with them. You know they play
Like
like
it, I like him. Man, let me yeah. I don't know which language. Maybe I go they use my language. They talk like it. Like it. Va huemole. Va whatever love. Va tombobu. Va
the
tombob.
like is only 270 and we have 800
Oh
plus.
my God. See, I've been saying shouting since.
Mm.
Well, on this matter, to each their own. I beg everybody don't know the pots when life prepare for them. Now that one me see for the matter. All the comments when me they make me they use a catch for cruise. The truth
Cynthia,
be say
what did you
the
say? I'm seeing your comments. Sorry, I'm here.
sure.
Cynthia, you want me to cast you here? You love your mature guy. When that papa say they came for you that day, you were saying, my mom is 50 something years old. Why did you agree?
No. There's a limit. There's a limit.
Now you're saying you like he's a mature guy. Why didn't you like
I
him?
like my mature guys, mature than me. I can never date anybody younger than me. It's never gonna happen.
Oh
Why?
my God. It
Why?
depends on the maturity.
Nah,
Sometimes
never.
it could be mature, but
No.
age, yeah. But anyway, to each their own, like I was saying, everybody, life has a pot that he has prepared for everybody. If not that one you like, if not a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, for me, I don't know as I want to get conversation with a personally. I
18-year-old.
won't. I have a friend who's older than her husband by 8 years. They've been married for over 15 years now, and their marriage is excellent. Okay. So, and even when you see the guy, you think she's older, you think he's older than her. Mature, he's very mature, very, his head is screwed on straight and everything. So, I've seen these things happen, and but I have never seen in my own experience, so I've never seen someone who married an 18 or 19-year-old. Usually, when you're like in your 20s, then, like this friend of mine, she met her husband when he was 25 and they got married when she was 32. Okay. So, at the end of the day, to each their own. If you ask me, I will not do it. 18, 19, what we will be talking about. And I would assume that the girl should have
They
known,
are not doing
right?
anything. What they were doing was Kerewa. Trust me.
uh Do you understand? So again, and I think that if it's only Kerewa that you're marrying that person
They
for
are
because he's
Kerewang and
young,
traveling and living life and enjoying themselves.
uh
It's
so
not
it gets to a stage where it gets old, you get bored of that. So maybe that, I don't know. I'm not, hey, I'm not trying to judge her. Maybe it got to that point she was bored and she was like, you know what? Okay, any small mistake, and even though it's not such a small mistake, I'm out of here. And
No,
maybe the
it's not
mother
her fault
saw.
now. No, it's not her fault. According to the story, it's not her fault
Uh,
that they are divorcing. He was the one that F up.
oh, he was one. Okay, fine then. If
He
that
took
is the
her right in
case.
their matrimonial home. That's the allegation.
Okay, all right. So allegedly was in a matrimonial home. So at the end of the day, me no say I believe say the guy somehow he's gonna settle her regardless because of the children. They all have
Slowly.
two children. Who go take care of the
Yeah.
children? You
Yeah.
understand? The man is not going to abandon his children. The fact that I think that because the guy was young as an athlete, his finances was being taken care of by his mom, and he just left it with her. And maybe they never talked about finances. Maybe that's why she didn't know. She just
Yeah.
assumed, okay, and now
Yeah.
they make the money now. So definitely go they inside the account. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the truth be say, most of these things, the reason why they talk about her now because they bring her out in public. If to say they not bring her out, some of these things
I
happen
say,
every
they
day.
say the way when Nigerians they react to the matter, Sure.
Nigerians should go and rest. The men especially, they are already enjoying the benefits. Nigeria, now you say, get out of my house, get out of my house, throw away the woman and things through window safe. You understand? And the man go stay the house, abandon the wife. So I don't know why Nigerian men they hop on this trend. To be
I
honest with
said the
you,
thing no even rain for Morocco the way when the thing they trend for Nigerian social media. I don't know why Nigeria carry the matter for head though.
not supposed to concern Nigerian people because they already benefit. Now the men they benefit for Nigeria. So I don't understand.
I don't know
Even
how
though the
how
laws
the
are
law get
there,
ultimate for Nigeria when Nigerian and men get everything and you get sick. You know
exactly.
see what Reno talk. You know see what Reno Macri talk.
You read them. I think I saw it somewhere. I saw it somewhere before you read it. I'm like, at the end of the day, now Nigerian. So I don't understand why Nigerian men they really hop on this thing. To be honest, and to
The
that
women oh, yeah. Now the Nigerian women self they on top of this matter pass. So.
So no wonder the suffering continues in Nigeria,
Oh
suffering
yeah.
and smiling.
Oh yeah.
Little, this is why, because if the women are hopping on it more than the men, then here you are. The answer don't answer himself now, so I don't understand it. I just think that everybody get right to live their life the way they want. If you work out, if to say they work out now, so we not going to talk am. We go to say, look at these people, 12 years difference, wow, successful marriage. Not be so we they talk. There are people who are married, different people at different age. This guy, what did they call him, that actor, that Wolverine marrying wife, what, maybe when he was in his early 30s, and he married woman when he's senior, but they're happy till today. So, well, to each their own. You understand? Anything will work for anybody. But for me, 18, 19 is a no-go area. Which I want to the baba. Will they talk? Will they play for sand? I mean, come on. That's for me. I don't know. And if I was his mother, I would do the same thing. I'm sorry. I'm that mother. I would not want to. Yes, and I heard that she did try to talk to him and he didn't listen because he said he loved her. He not forcing Pikin. He just say, okay, go ahead. And sometimes waiting mama they see sitting down, Pikin no go ever see him,
Children know they hear sometimes.
they know they hear. So in that
They
case,
won't
when they're not
listen.
here, may they go learn.
Especially when they are in love, there's nothing you will say. They won't listen. And they will
uh
tell you that they will tell you say, and you don't they see money, don't they see now you see millions.
Exactly.
What can the mother do?
What can the
You can't
mother do?
stop
That's true. This is
it.
very true. So at the end of the day, the only thing we say for this experience, the man don't use her learn. It go come make her more mature. So now he experience, this is his own experience to learn from. So in as much as we talk about, we will not to castigate both of them. The guy needs to learn. Now life. So he
Not
needs
be
to
there
learn
with their
somehow.
own even consign us somewhere. Yeah. Now how this thing say how our people take react? What's it
Carry the
consign us to
matter.
them? You see, last, Hakimi and his wife will be okay.
They'll be okay. They have money.
Regardless of the settlement, they are gonna be fine. She's got her
Yes.
own money. He's gonna be all right. It is
Exactly.
not nothing to do with us,
At
but
all.
is the how it is influencing other people now, especially our people, because of social media.
They
That
don't
is
even have any. They don't even have
that,
anything to say anyway.
that people that
Exactly.
don't even have you don't even have $1,000 in your account. You are
And you're
comparing yourself.
talking.
Look at Nedu.
And you're talking.
Nedu jumped on this and started making videos and preaching about how because they said that he too went through a very nasty divorce whereby there was paternity fraud. Allegedly, the wife gave him the child that was not his, which is sad. I mean, he has my sympathy. I don't like paternity fraud, but the way he jumped on this now, you can tell that he started making video about it, and you should see what. Let me try and see if I can find the video. Oh my, carry on. Make I find the video. Make it
Sure.
speak.
And I beg also check for Father Oluoma. Father Oluoma, Fadalouma, I believe. He made his points were very succinct when he said this. He said, look, just pray that when you marry, when you marry your marry, it will be okay. Do you understand? Last, these two people are going to be all right. They talk about the matter up and down, like say, life one end. They're gonna be all right. They're both okay people. The woman
If they
has
are, they go all right.
she
Even
has
if
a
they
what?
worry, they worry about them.
Exactly. Nigerians, we have enough problem in Nigeria. Can we worry about what's happening in Southern Kaduna for a change? Can we worry about that and leave these people alone? They're going to be all right regardless, So me, I don't understand. May everybody carry their kettle. May every malam carry a kettle. May everybody carry a problem because everybody get problem because they bring their own come out, right? So that we can all talk. Put Nigerian men especially more than rest for the matter. Women when they carry the matter for Nigeria, okay. Now
Rest.
the suffering continues. It's not as if you're enjoying anyway. And even though the laws are there, you are not even making use of the laws to your own benefit. So I don't understand what our own day for inside this matter.
Anja and Tori Aja ni ta ninja lẹ́yìn kò lé mi. Me, my
Exactly.
empathy is going to be selective now. Honestly, I'm telling you, it will be selective because I'm marking people and looking at them and noting their names down. Honestly, because when things like this happen, it exposes a lot of things. You
Oh
start
yeah.
seeing people. You see,
Yes.
I was saying something in Olasho yesterday when women are shouting DV, DV all the time, you are shouting DV, DV, DV all the time, but you are actively contributing to the problem,
Absolutely.
setting the cause of women back. Nigerian
Yes.
women, when they Nigeria, when I know what they go through for this matter when they on ground, you are comparing yourself to a Spanish. Are you going to compare yourself to a Spanish actress that is a millionaire?
Ataya, $5 million. Now that woman what to? Eh? Do you have $5 million, Nigerian women? Do you? Does any regular? I mean, because I don't understand. Leave these people alone. They'll be all right. Let me tell you, they might even come back together. They might make up, come back together. Yanko.
I think some women, some Nigerian women feel that they have to be pandering to men, that it makes them attractive.
Like pick-me's.
Yeah.
So they say pick me on this channel now.
Who said that?
Sister B, remember, somebody called me a pick me on your channel. Long time ago, I can never forget. I've never heard that before. So it was a shock to me when somebody said, pick me. I was like, what? Really? I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. I don't care. Nigerian women, our problem plenty. Make we not redirect the focus.
Not your problem. Yeah.
You understand? It's not your problem. These people are all right. The man is wealthy. The woman is doing well for herself. Last, those children will be taken care of. They will never suffer. That's for sure. You know, and the woman may turn around tomorrow and they might just resolve this issue and be married again. The man would have learned his lesson, apologize, beg, roll in the sand, and that's it. So where does that leave you? Come on, man. Let's use our time wisely. If you are 10 years and younger, reach out to Sister B, which shall be looking at
applications.
She's putting application out there, and 10
years younger. I beg.
Younger, 10 years younger. I don't blame you, Daddy. Whatever you like.
Mature, and your bank balance should be matching your age plus.
Don't come struggling. I beg. I don't pass that struggle life.
Those 10 years and youngers, you'll be doing struggle love with them. That's what you'll be doing.
No, not in all cases. So
Cynthia, you have empathy for men, but when it comes to this struggle love, you don't
absolutely
play.
No,
not in all cases. 10 years, some of them already forget. Some of them are even making bank. Are you kidding?
And to be where?
No. I did Northern California now. Come on. 10 years younger, they're even making more money than you. Forget.
These days, 19-year, 18-year-old, they
are making money. Thank you.
Kidding me?
They're doing influencing.
We are still looking at life like we are in 1980, right?
Influencing, yeah, definitely.
It's not only influencing. There are a lot of online. There are businesses that young people do.
Yeah, they're making money.
Cryptocurrency. Continue with them.
There are so many things they do.
No, there's so many things to do, Cynthia. Cynthia, come on now. Now you say now you go there. Okay. So it's their own then. Sister B, I love you. Cynthia, I love you. We go see now. Mona, take care.
All right, sweetheart.
All right then. Bye.
Bye.
I'm just playing with you guys. Be dating who you want to date, even 15 years younger.
The funny thing is that you don't like older men.
Who?
You.
No. Mature.
You don't like old men.
Mature.
If a 50-year-old man come and ask you out now, Cynthia, you say he's too old.
15. God forbid, no.
You see? I
said mature and to be not old.
So what is there an age for maturity?
Older than me. You have to be older than me. We cannot date if we're the same age.
So you don't believe somebody younger than you can be mature?
I've said never. No.
Cynthia, you're not being realistic here now. Come on now. Come on. Are you telling me that?
Not for me. Not for me. Not for
you're equating age with maturity, and that's
36. No.
That's a misconception. You telling me that a 32-year-old man is not mature?
I don't want to date 32 years old. No.
32-year-old man is not mature. 33-year-old man is not mature.
I don't want to date a guy younger than me. That's just my preference.
Just say younger. Don't say mature.
My preference. Yeah,
that's all right. I agree with you. I mean, not necessarily I agree with you, but I respect that. But you are equating it to maturity. So yeah, some people say they like older men. Some people say they like people that are older than them. I don't think it matters. I think it just depends on the individual and the level of maturity. You've not seen 50-year-old agbayas. That's why you're talking about it. If there is nothing that is as annoying as a person that is old in age and they don't have maturity. Yeah, thank you very much for
You're
co-hosting with
welcome,
me.
Auntie B. You're welcome. Anything for you.
Thank you
Obodo
for
fam,
wearing me.
thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. You're not liking the videos anymore, Obodo fam. What's going on?
Somebody is asking whether there's any reason why you feel this way, Cynthia. Chichi is asking, is there a reason why you feel this way, Cynthia?
Because I feel that the life that I've had, I've not met a guy in my age bracket who can match me on that level. That's just for me. That's just it. It is what it is. What it is. I want somebody who is older than me and is financially stable. And a lot of guys in my age bracket, they're not at that level yet. So I'm not interested.
So it goes back to the struggle love thing. That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing struggle love. No.
No struggle love.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sweetheart. Take care of yourself. We'll speak soon.
Good night.
Good night, darling. Bye. Thank you, Cynthia. So, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Please give us a thumbs up. Oh my God, I am so tired. I can't believe it. I was gonna put it off for tomorrow, but tomorrow is gonna be really tight. So I said, let me try. Oh God, guys, give me a thumbs up and please, share this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Yeah. This week I'm gonna try and do as many shows as I can because after this week I might not be able to do live stream for a while. So yeah, so please try and watch the ones that are not live stream because I know some of you is already live stream. The ones that are not, that the short videos you don't watch, so please try and watch. After this week, there shall not be any live stream for some time. So please bear with me. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. Share, subscribe, like Marital Prestige. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with me in the comment section. I'll see you soon. I think our next show is going to be on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. No, I can't do tomorrow. Let me rest my voice tomorrow. Then Wednesday, we'll come back and continue. Yes. Stephanie, make sure you're watching the short videos. Okay? Watch the short videos. Otherwise, no live stream till next year. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Bio, I go ignore you. It's not possible. Chief Bio, ignore you. Say wait, a whole double shift like you in Papa. I don't ignore you. Good evening, my brother. I saw you in the comment section. I know I've seen you in the comment section. No verse, Jare. How you doing, my brother? God bless you. I don't do that show today with Pastor Shola. They went really, really well according to the feedback that I'm getting. Somebody stick on their comment say, is this woman that's trying to be a feminist? The comment section, oh my goodness. Is this not obodooyinbo? The woman that is trying to be a feminist. When did I say I'm trying to be a feminist? Oh God. This online, is not for the faint-hearted. I'm telling you. You need to be strong to be able to stand trolls. It's not easy. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you for being here, my brother. You know I always appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much, Bumi. I see you. Thank you. Yvette, how are you? Thank you. Bumi, bye. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Love you guys. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. Bye, guys. I'm a Yeme. I'm on Namose. Thank you, my darling.